What are fractal dimensions explained simply? Imagine looking at a coastline from above. The more you zoom in, the more jagged edges you see. This is a clue that some shapes are more complex than they seem. Today, we're exploring how we measure that complexity with something called fractal dimensions. A fractal dimension is a number that shows how detailed a fractal pattern is. It tells us how much space a pattern fills as we look closer. And like simple shapes like lines or squares, fractals have details that repeat at smaller scales. This property is called self-similarity. Think of a fern leaf or a snowflake. They look similar no matter how much you zoom in. Now, regular shapes have whole number dimensions. A line is one-dimensional because it extends in one direction. A square is two-dimensional because it covers an area. A cube is three-dimensional because it takes up volume. Fractals fall between these. For example, a Koch curve is more complicated than a straight line but doesn't fill a whole plane. Its fractal dimension is about 1.26. That means it's more detailed than a line but less than a surface. To find the fractal dimension, mathematicians use a simple idea. They break the fractal into smaller, self-similar pieces. They count how many pieces they get and see how the size of each piece changes. The formula involves taking the logarithm of the number of pieces and dividing it by the logarithm of the scale factor. This calculation shows how the detail increases as you zoom in. Fractal dimensions help us understand patterns in nature. Coastlines, mountain ranges, clouds, and even plants show fractal-like complexity. Recognizing these patterns with their fractal dimensions reveals order in what might seem chaotic. It connects numbers to the natural world's intricate designs. In essence, fractal dimensions measure how much space a pattern covers and how detailed it is. They bridge the gap between simple shapes and the complex forms we see in nature. This idea helps us see the hidden structure behind many natural phenomena, making the world of numbers more fascinating and easier to understand.